We are seeing it more often, violent threats at schools. FBI data shows those threats increased 60% between 2021 and 2022. But what happens when a student makes a threat? KSAT Investigates' Dillian Collier explains the real-life consequences that follow.
I think that the situation got way out of hand.
Shelly Quinn's 12-year-old son has Asperger's syndrome, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and according to school records reviewed by KSAT Investigates, has been a target of bullies for much of his academic life. He had been enrolled at the School of Science and Technology Hill Country less than a week, when in late March, Quinn got a call from the vice principal,
telling us that we needed to come get our son, that he had stated that he had a gun in his locker.
By the time San Antonio police showed up, the allegations had morphed dramatically, including claims that days earlier the child referenced the Nashville school shooting, which occurred the same week, that he also had knives, bullets, and magazines, said he was the son of Satan, and had attempted to recruit classmates to help him kill other students. Days later, Quinn says Deputy U.S. Marshals and Medina County Sheriff's deputies arrived at her property before sunrise with a felony warrant for her son's arrest.
Full-on gear, bulletproof vest, rifles, flashlights. They wanted to go barge down into his room and wake him up, and I begged them to let me go do it.
While many San Antonio sixth graders were wrapping up their final week of school, the child was in Bexar County Juvenile Court for a mandatory appearance. His trial for making a terroristic threat tentatively scheduled for late next month. Quinn says the ordeal, although caused by her son, has made him terrified for his future.
What is your response then to people who are going to see this and say, well, he threatened classmates, no matter what kind of threat it was, he gets what's coming to him?
My husband and I are very understanding in the situation. We know the severity of what happened. We don't condone it. We understand it. We're compassionate towards it.
The Bexar County District Attorney's Office declined to comment on the criminal case because the boy is a minor. A spokeswoman for the School of Science and Technology Hill Country confirmed that Quinn withdrew her son before he could be formally expelled, but that he is not welcome back on campus. For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Well, the Justice Department's special counsel is asking for a December trial date for the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. A South Florida federal judge had previously scheduled the trial for August. Special counsel Jack Smith's office has a list of 84 witnesses that former President Trump is not allowed to contact about the case. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all 37 charges of the alleged mishandling of government documents. The proposed new date for the trial is not final, and Trump's legal team could ask for it to be rescheduled. To Russia now, where the country is increasing security across the whole country after accusing a Wagner mercenary chief of inciting the armed rebellion. The leader of the Russian paramilitary group launched a tirade against the Russian military on Friday night, openly accusing soldiers of attacking a Wagner camp and killing his men. He vowed retaliation and insinuated his force would destroy any Russian resistance. The Wagner group says it is taking control of Russian military facilities in 2 cities. He has clarified the offensive is, quote, a march of justice and not a coup, but the Kremlin and Putin have said those preparing for an armed rebellion will be punished. Overnight, though, a turn of events when he pulled back his troops, saying he did not want to see Russian bloodshed. Well, after 2 days of testimony, the defense rested its case in the trial of Scott Peterson, the former school resource officer that was on duty during the Parkland, Florida school shooting. 17 people were killed and 17 more were injured in the Valentine's Day shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in 2018. Peterson is facing several counts of child neglect and culpable negligence for his alleged inaction to stop the gunman. He's also accused of lying to investigators about the number of gunshots he heard after arriving at the scene of the crime. Peterson did not testify, and closing arguments are scheduled for Monday. The Directors Guild of America voted to approve a new contract with movie studios. The 3-year deal was approved by more than 80% of its members. The deal comes as the Writers Guild of America strike enters its 8th week with no signs of progress thus far. The Directors Guild contract secured higher pay, addressed the use of artificial intelligence, and bans the use of live ammunition on set, a direct result of the 2021 death on the set of the movie Rust. Still to come on the Nightbeat, people so many of us depend on are leaving the field at an alarming rate. Why veterinarians in San Antonio are saying enough is enough. That's next. Well, they care deeply for our pets, so much so that some of them are burning out. It's called compassion fatigue, and lots of veterinarians are feeling it. As the Night Team's Patty Santos explains, it's a lingering effect from the pandemic.
Right, Miss Callie, are you ready, good girl? Good girl. Oh, nice big stretch, huh? Nice big stretch, good girl.
Leah Shannon, lead veterinarian at Alamo Ranch Animal Hospital, says pet ownership boomed during the pandemic.
Good girl. Let's take a listen to you, huh? Let's take a listen.
And now it's pushing those in her industry to the brink.
Where I may have previously only seen maybe 15 patients in a day, now I'm routinely seeing 30 patients in a day.
More pets in a household and more family time at home to pick up on problems has led to a surge in demand for vets. Shannon says the limited number of vet schools can't keep up with the demand now and will struggle in the future.
We're seeing, a large group of doctors getting ready to retire and sell their practices.
Good boy, Ricky.
Some vets point to social media harassment, unreasonable clients, mounting student debt, even staffing shortages as just some of the challenges that are adding to their mental stress, anxiety, and depression.
We're setting those boundaries for our own health and our own ability to provide care, and we're setting that also for patient safety.
Dr. Shannon says the demand for vets will spike again as those COVID pups start to age.
Probably in 10 years, as these dogs start to reach their more geriatric ages, I would maybe foresee the demand for vet care going up.
For now, she asks clients for compassion and understanding as they look out for your furry family members.
We are doing everything we can to take care of them and take care of us.
Patty Santos.
Good boy. I know, bud. I know.
KSAT 12 News.
Sweet puppers. Okay, let's go outside with live cam again here tonight. Still warm and still muggy out there. And again, this heat is only going to continue as we head into the back half of the weekend and into next week as well. Now, remember earlier today, we got up to 102 degrees. Let's take a look at the official almanac data. You can see that is well above the average of 93. We did tie the record of 102 set back in 1994 as well as 2009. And it was actually a warmer than average start as well, 77, which is 3 degrees above the average of 74. Now, right now, officially over at the airport, 89 degrees, but a dew point of 68 still means that it feels like the low 90s. A little bit of a breeze out there out of the southeast. You can see on that temperature trend a whole lot of pink with those triple-digit daily opportunities taking us all the way through next week. So buckle up because we are still in it for the long haul. We'll have another full look at that forecast and all the details after the break.
All right, Mia, when you wear a bright pink blazer and it matches the forecast, that means it's really hot outside.
That typically, yeah, when you go for the pink color and even the red color too, and you start to match the forecast maps, that's when you know it's getting a little toasty out there. I should have worn blue or something to like usher in some type of summer cold front or something. We'll work on that for next week. How about that? But yeah, so we had that triple digit reading out there earlier this afternoon, channeling all the pink and red outfits, if you will. Today actually made for our 7th triple digit day so far this year, with the hottest that we've reached being 105. That's what we found this past week. But if you thought that was bad, at least we're not where we were this time last year. By June 24th, we already had 20 triple-digit days here in San Antonio, the hottest also being 105 degrees. I think as we head into our Sunday, we are going to be reaching for our 8th triple-digit day here in 2023. Again, we're going to start off in the mid to upper 70s with some morning cloud cover. Temperatures already climbing into the mid 80s by 10 a.m. More sunshine takes over through the lunchtime hour, around 92, that temperature by noon. And then into the afternoon, that forecast high of about 102 here in town, feeling like 110 with the humidity still in place. We mentioned all of that sunshine today. The UV index was extreme. That's going to be the theme tomorrow. And honestly, probably the same story into next week as well. So just remember, it only takes 10 minutes for you to start developing sunburn, some skin damage if you were not properly prepared with all of that sunscreen. So if you have any pool plans tomorrow, just be sure to keep the sunscreen handy. So there's that high pressure system that's going to move over the Lone Star State as we head into next week. Why those triple digits will continue. You can see while we've stayed dry here in south central Texas, and that's likely going to be the case tonight, a few little thunderstorms managed to develop near San Angelo, stretching up to the Abilene area, just south of I-20 there. That's taking more of an eastward track. The better bet for severe weather tonight, though, has been in the northern plains, portions of the upper Midwest, a low pressure system approaching the Great Lakes there. Some severe weather possible northeast of Omaha, just to the north of St. Louis. You can check out temperatures up that way. 62 right now in Sioux Falls, 60 in Bismarck, North Dakota. Kind of forgot what 60 degrees feels like, honestly, because it's just been so incredibly hot here in south central Texas. And you can see that's exactly what we are still dealing with here tonight. 89 right now here in San Antonio, still in the 90s for places like Uvalde, Hondo, even Del Rio, 99 right now. So yes, very, very summer-like. Again, we'll start off in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow morning, and then into the afternoon, those triple digits continue. 103 in Pleasanton, Del Rio could once again reach about 108, 106 in Eagle Pass, 102 up in the Hill Country for places like Kerrville, 103 over in Rock Springs. But again, that mugginess and the humidity still with us tomorrow, so feels like temperatures upwards of 110 here in town. Even hotter, though, the farther south that you go, closer to about 115 degrees. So we still have a mixture of those heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in place across our region. Regardless on if you were in the orange or if you were in the pink, the message is essentially the same. It is dangerous heat out there, so definitely take care of yourselves. Keep the water bottle handy, and not just tomorrow, because into next week as well, plenty of sunshine, and yes, those triple digit temperatures, Courtney.
We'll try to wear clothes that bring us cooler.
We'll channel the blue, like Larry.
Yeah.
Larry's got it. All
Thanks,
right.
Larry.
Mia, you're wearing those hot colors over there, just reminding us of how hot it is.
It's not working though, Larry. It's still going to be hot. So come on, more blue and green. Anyway, so if Wemby wasn't sure how awesome Spurs fans are, he really definitely is now.
He absolutely knows how awesome Spurs fans are, and he's already in love with San Antonio Spurs fans. Wemby was caught off guard, he said, with how many fans showed up to meet him at the airport yesterday. Majorly because it was just so hot outside, right? Plus, Indy Kalu, you know him. He's from Marshall High School, played in the NFL. He's happy to give back to San Antonio. Coming up.
Bonjour. That's about all I got. So I've got to get to work on my French.
Brian Wright and the Spurs introduced their French teenagers today in big board sports.
Thank you.
All right, this week has to be a blur for Victor Wembanyama and his family, more so since Thursday night after Wemby was drafted with the first overall selection in the 2023 NBA draft. They flew from Paris to New York on Monday and then jetted to San Antonio Friday after the draft, where he was greeted by a huge crowd at Signature North. Just like the good old days when the Spurs were winning titles, fans showed out to support the newest member of the Silver and Black.
I wasn't expecting so much from just my arrival. You know, it was really fun moment, and this is what it's about. You know, this makes me happy.
With members of the basketball communications department, Chris and Jordan, feeding them basketball, CD and Victor put on their jerseys and put on a little show for the media and the Spurs employees on hand. CD will wear number 25 and Wemby number 1, just like he did for his French professional basketball team. And both guys ended their photo op with a slam dunk. dude barely has to jump. Wemby and the Summer League Spurs will soon get together for training camp. Former NFL player N.D. Kalu held a football camp today at Cornerstone Christian Schools off 1604 Northwest Military Highway. It was hot, but that didn't stop N.D. from teaching the campers the sport he loves. Kalu went to John Marshall High School, then Rice, and he played 12 years in the NFL. He was drafted by the Eagles in 1997 and ended his career with the Texans in 2008. And N.D. said he had a good time today.
It was huge. I mean, not just the actual players, but all the people who chipped in. I saw guys that I played high school ball with that I didn't realize they were coming out, and they just wanted to come out and help. And Cornerstone, with what they did, what they offered up, it was just special to allow us to. I mean, there was over 150 kids here, and the work that they put in, it was awesome.
ND says that giving back to San Antonio is important to him because the 210 has always been so good to him. Aaron Judge sitting out with a bad toe. The Yankees hosting the Texas Rangers in the Bronx today. Top 1-2 on for Josh Young, who goes to right field. Jake Bauers fields the ball, comes up throwing, and Nathaniel Lowe is thrown out easily at the plate. Not even close. Look again in slow motion. Bauers replacing Judge in right field makes a perfect throw to home, getting Lowe on the fly. Not even close. Bottom 4, no score until Billy McKinney turns on that pitch, sending it to the fans in right field and gone. Solo shot makes it 1-0 Yankees, and that would turn out to be the only run of the game, and that homer traveled 423 feet. So the Yankees shut out the Rangers 1-0. They will close out that 3-game series at 12:35 p.m. tomorrow. And out in Los Angeles, the Dodgers edged out the Astros 8-7. And here in town at the Wolf, the Midland Rockhounds outscored the Missions by a final of 2-1. A lot of one-run games tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. I need to get to the Missions game. I know it's hot, but I'm still going to get out there.
It's a good time.
They're so fun. All right, thank you, Larry. And we'll be right back. Well, stargazers everywhere are preparing for next year's solar eclipse. San Antonio is just off the direct path of next year's total eclipse, and astronomy enthusiasts are already booking their places to stay to see the phenomenon. The path will be just over 100 miles wide, and it will cross over 13 states between Texas and Canada. It's going to be amazing.
I, for one, cannot wait for that. It's going to be so cool. All right, let's take one final look at your Sunday here in San Antonio. Some morning cloud cover, mid to upper 70s. Plenty of sun into the afternoon. Highs climbing into the low triple digits yet again. Feeling upwards of about 110. And that heat is not going anywhere. In fact, we could see those temperatures build by a degree or two as we head into the first half of next week. But maybe a slight break in the humidity, Courtney, so that would help out with those peak heat index values.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the main thing, right? The humidity. All right, thanks so much for watching. That's all the time we have. Be sure to catch GMSA tomorrow starting at 6. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.